So we all know product owners are responsible for managing and maintaining their product backlog. And we know that the product backlog is supposed to be transparent, but do we want to limit access to it in terms of who can edit it? Is it something that the product owner should be the sole person responsible for adding, editing, moving things? Or do we want to open this up where developers, stakeholders, other people can just throw things in the backlog and change the order, change what's on there? What do you guys think?
I can take this one. Let me go. I got an idea.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of product backlog management, if you're the kind of product owner who's got a really big product, think Windows 11 or pick your favorite software, something really, really huge. And if you think product owners just write all the user stories, you're in for a rude awakening when you realize how many user stories you're going to be writing. So at some point, it makes sense for a product owner to start delegating the creation of product backlog items to whomever. Now, who's responsible for ordering that backlog? Of course, the product owner. But you could be thinking in higher level blocks. You could be thinking in higher level initiatives and not the minutia of, oh, do we work on this button change first or do we work on this coloring to a page change first? Some product owners are just not going to get into that level of weeds. So there's nothing wrong with delegating the management of the product backlog as long as you at a higher level are ensuring value is maximized by ordering the backlog in the way that makes sense from a business perspective. So that's my 1 minute rant.
Public backlog. So I think context is important here. If we're talking open source, the whole world could see it. It's all out there. Likely, we've got some sort of a public access Git repo. You can submit issues, you can submit bugs, you can submit whatever you want. In theory, outside of Scrum, that would be a backlog of sorts that is drawn from for potential inspiration or future. So it's this weird sense of swarming your product backlog potential through like an open source mentality. So it can be done, and it can be pretty doggone effective, because think of what open source platforms or community driven technology has powered the world or bulk of the internet. It's astounding, actually, what's been done with that mentality. At a corporate level, I tend to think this can be a disaster, but that's usually because there's not a holistic sense of purpose. It's usually driven by some kind of internal agenda. And it doesn't mean it's malicious. It just means that everyone has their individual initiative, and imagine all that conflicting into a product backlog. I think being able to still have a single accountability with shared delegation like Robb referred to there, I think would be key. So think context before you just open it up to the world.
Yeah, it's a good point. To bring it kind of into experiential mode here, I've worked with product owners who treat the product owner kind of like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, like, this is mine, it's my precious, don't touch it, don't look at it, I'm in charge of this, right? This is me avoiding doing the Gollum voice because nobody needs to hear that. I've also worked with product owners who are very open about their product backlog. And they're like, you mean you're willing to help me, manage this chaos and add new ideas to it? Sure. And the way they manage that is that they just, whatever tool they're using for their product backlog, they set up some kind of different states. So for example, if a stakeholder is going to suggest some new items, that's fine. They're going to come into the new or unprioritized state. So it helps them actually manage their backlog without eroding their accountability to make sure these things are understood and clear and ordered well and things like that. So there's lots of little techniques that you can use depending on what tool you're using to manage your backlog, to kind of get the best of both worlds here, where you stay in the accountability of, I'm in charge of this, I'm accountable for the order on this backlog, but still get people to help and still provide that transparency, even of editing, that the questioner is asking about here.
Did you know we teach professional Scrum courses? If not, check the links in the description for information about how you can join one of our professional Scrum courses and hang out with us.
All right, you know the drill. This is YouTube after all, so this is where I ask you to click the thumbs up, click the subscribe button, hit the bell, or whatever else YouTube's come up with these days for you to get our videos delivered to you. Or even better, in our description below, there's a link where you can get these videos delivered straight to your inbox.